You've seen the memes, egg prices are going up. But why? Here are 5 major reasons why egg prices are up and how long each reason might last. Some causes may actually continue to get worse. A major driver of the price of eggs is how many eggs are available. More hens laying eggs means higher egg supply, which leads to lower prices. But just like people, birds get sick too. And they are currently dealing with a major flu. It's kind of like COVID for chickens. The first confirmed case of the current flu outbreak was a turkey in Indiana in February of 2022. Nearly 60 million hens have now had it. After years of mostly increasing numbers of laying hens, we have now seen a drop in the layer population. This is the second major bird flu outbreak in the United States. The 2014-15 epidemic was considered the worst in history, but the current outbreak has been worse. Millions of dead birds means millions fewer eggs, and that results in higher egg prices. But that will change once more hens start laying eggs. It takes about 5 months for a new chick to mature and start laying eggs, and it will take some time just to hatch enough new chicks. Commercial hens lay for 2 to 3 years, so losing this many chickens in 1 year could have lingering effects for a while. But farmers are working as fast as they can to increase the number of healthy hens. It might mean another short-term reduction in eggs sold so more can be hatched, but it should lead to more hens, more eggs, and lower prices in the coming months. Another contributor to high egg prices is the cost of barns, or more specifically, cages. For a long time, commercial laying hens have been housed in battery cages, which give the hen about the space of a sheet of paper to live. They can't even spread their wings without hitting the sides of the pen. While people like cheap eggs, we also recognize that animals should be treated better than this, so a number of states have passed laws to do away with battery cages. You may be familiar with egg marketing about cage-free eggs. This means that the hens live in larger pens that allow them to move around, eat and drink when they want, and live a better life. But even with more space, thousands of birds are still crowded into a relatively small area, and this can lead to more chicken fights and more injuries. It also leads to more broken eggs. Cage-free egg production is less efficient as fewer birds can fit into a single barn, and there are more injuries and lost eggs, so it costs farmers more and produces fewer eggs, leading to higher prices at the store. But unlike the bird flu epidemic, cage-free egg production will only increase. So far, California, Colorado, Massachusetts, Michigan, Nevada, Oregon, Rhode Island, Utah, and Washington have cage-free laws, but that list is growing. Cage-free flocks in the U.S. have increased from 4% in 2010 to 28% today. By 2027, over 2/3 of flocks are expected to be cage-free. This does make egg production more expensive, but I think a few extra cents for breakfast is worth giving chickens a better life. Another reason that egg prices are up is seasonality. On the heels of the holiday baking season, when a lot of eggs are turned into pies and other delicious treats, we are less than 3 months away from Easter and another major egg event. But it's more than that. Chickens usually lay eggs better in summer than in winter. Once the days get shorter, egg production slows or even stops, without artificial lights to help birds maintain a longer day. Although farmers usually keep lights to keep egg production and their livelihoods going, people with backyard hobby chickens often do not. That means that millions of people who eat eggs out of their backyard during the summer have to start buying eggs in the winter, and that leads to higher demand and higher prices. But seasons change, so about the time Easter passes, hobby farmers will no longer need store-bought eggs. Demand will fall, and that should help reduce the price of eggs at the store. Next is the cost of feeding and caring for chickens, plus delivering those eggs. Like everything else, the cost of feed and energy has been up for farmers as well. Chickens eat grains like wheat and oats, and those prices have reached record highs in 2022. One reason for that is the war in Ukraine, a major wheat producer. Of course, other commodities such as oil have also been more expensive. High oil and gas prices affect everything from tractors that help grow grain to trucks that deliver that grain and the eggs. Farmers have to deal with these higher prices, so chicken feed and energy got more expensive. Grain prices are now improving, but it still takes time. After a major price spike in the first half of 2022, the price of wheat has settled to about the same as it was a year ago. The price of oats has dropped by 40%. These price improvements of chicken feed and delivery will reduce pressure on farmers, and over the coming months, this will help the price of eggs at the store as well. The last major reason that egg prices are increasing is probably permanent. Many people are trying to eat healthier, and as a great source of protein and other nutrients, eggs can play a major part in that. Recent guidelines from the Mayo Clinic state that most people can eat an average of an egg per day, and they do. In 2010, the average person in the United States ate about 240 eggs per year. That number is now approaching 300. More eggs eaten means higher demand and higher egg prices, and this reflects more permanent lifestyles, so higher egg consumption is probably here to stay. So how long will the high egg prices last? The national wholesale price has already dropped from $3.59 per dozen to about $3.30. But that's still about 50% higher than the $1.93 per dozen in early 2022. But it is still progress. Farmers are working to raise more egg-laying hens to produce the ones that got sick. Some production costs are settling, and backyard hobbyists will soon start getting their own eggs again in spring. By mid-2023, we are likely to see higher egg supply, lower egg demand, and better egg prices than we see at the store today. Please subscribe for more on business, strategy, and the people and birds involved.